Plant tomatoes on the vertical garden. Hello everyone, I want to show you something that we are going to do today. 3 friends plant tomatoes on the ground like this. When they finish planting their tomatoes, they want to observe them after 2 months, but after 2 months, their tomatoes are rotten. Let's do some brainstorming to find your ideas about this problem. Why do you think their tomatoes are rotten? Well, they could have planted tomatoes to prevent their tomatoes from rotting. How can they plant their tomatoes in different ways to solve this problem? You need to work together in groups of 3 and plant tomatoes on the vertical garden. Once finished, you need to observe whether your tomatoes will rot after 2 months and note if there are any problems with your tomatoes. You need to be ready to present your group work to the other groups. You may select from these items: tomato seeds, soils, fertilizers, plastic water cans, plastic water bottles, plastic shovels, flower pots, plastic box, a vertical garden. Before you start your project, you need to look at different materials on your table and discuss which materials you want to use for planting your tomatoes and how do you place them. You need to think about these questions. What containers you want to use to plant tomatoes? What are the materials you want to put in the container for planting tomatoes? How you want to water your tomatoes? Do you want to use the watering cans or use the water bottles to water your tomatoes? You have to decide on everyone's role in your team, so you have to wear one of these badges: designer badge, digital photographer badge, observer and presenter badge. Each group will have 15 minutes to use iPad for looking through different examples of planting tomatoes available on our classroom website. Then your group designer will use the memorandum program to design the process of planting your tomatoes. The digital photographer will use a digital camera to take pictures of your chosen materials. Process of planting tomatoes designed by designer. Tomatoes planting stages. Final product of planting tomatoes and process of observing your tomatoes on vertical garden after 2 months. The observer and presenter will observe whether your tomatoes are rot after 2 months and present the final product of your tomatoes in front of classroom.